Hey guys, we are back for another video. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever we upload. Also, hit that thumbs up if you like the content. And also, as you always do, let me know what you guys think in the comments. So, Raymond Santana has spoken out with regards to his divorce with Deelishis. Her real name is, I think it's Chandra Davis. As you guys know, during the pandemic, they kind of linked up and, they were married, I believe, in like 5 months or something like that. Deelishis had came out and basically said that he had cheated on her. And she just threw out a whole bunch of allegations with regards to her marriage, which was quite contrary to what was being showed on social media. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you follow them or if you know anything about their relationship prior to them getting a divorce. But when I saw, her with him, I never thought that he was a bad person. I don't know anything about him with regards to their marriage, but I mean, everybody has problems. Nobody is perfect. But when she came out and was basically saying all those things about him, I was like, okay, it was a little bit strange considering that, they were always on social media taking pictures and, they seemed like they tried so hard to make the world think that they were this, perfect, great couple. And then everything just shattered and he was a narcissist and he was a cheater. And then, she even made allegations that he was an SES addict. And I was just like, what? So I was stunned. But something just didn't sit right because he never really said much of anything. I do know, that his attorneys had reached out to her with regards to some of the things that she was saying, because as you guys all know, he is in the news. He is part of the Central Park Five, if I'm correct. He was exonerated, so he did not commit that crime, which I won't even speak about because he didn't commit the crime. But anyway, some of the things that she was saying about him was definitely damaging his reputation, being that, although he was exonerated, you know how people are. They will always try to tie you back to something negative. So what I want to do is let's get into what Raymond had to say with regards to his marriage. He didn't say a whole bunch, but he said enough. He said enough for us to kind of start to draw some conclusions here, right? But before we get into this video, disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and of course, we're doing research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. So guys, let's get into this video and we will come back for commentary.
But I started to see the behavior started to change. I started to see the shift in the energy. And so I knew that that person was no longer with me, right? And so, I confronted that, I confronted my partner. I confronted her several times. And I said, look, I see it. You're not here no more. You just have to be real with yourself.
Right. Is this what you want to do? Are you ready for this?
And so, then came with, we had the conversation. We actually sat down and because I knew already that I was being cheated on. I already knew that was infidelity in the marriage. No matter what they said about me, I never cheated, right?
Right.
I never cheated. I never stepped outside of my marriage. And there was a lot of people that was in this circle who were there. They know the truth. And so at the end of the day, when you decide that you don't want to be a part of it no more, I got to accommodate.
Right.
Right? I'm an understanding person. I know what it's like to be in a struggle. I know what it's like to come from hard times. I know what it's like to fight, to be a fighter. And if this ain't for you, then it's just not for you. But it still has to move forward. And so for me, it wasn't no bad blood that we decided to go our separate ways, right? It wasn't. It became bad blood when when you start calling the police on me, right? When you try
Right.
to call the police on me, you know, when you take me to court, because now you think that you're entitled to some of my money, or you think that I owe you something, right? And this is all documented. I don't got to lie. There was an
Right.
actual court date. It's all documented. There's a police report. There's all that. And so, so, so now, when you decide that you want to go your separate way, and you want to be who you want to be, I can't stop
Right.
that. I gotta let you go. And so, and then it just gets bad, because then it's like I said, I had to go to court. I had to go to court, and I had to, because she wanted my car, she wanted money, um, she thought she was entitled to certain things, and the judge had to tell her, no, you're not entitled to nothing, because all this was established before you got here. So you're not
Right.
entitled to anything. And then the tactics changed from that to when I became a narcissist, a cheater, and a liar. You
They
know.
always go to that, and it's just like I always say it takes two to tango, but the first, it takes one to know one.
Yeah.
And that narcissist word is always thrown out so frequently and so fast, it's not even funny.
Mhm. Mhm. And for me, I posted a video on my Instagram. It was the interview that Earthquake did on the Breakfast Club. I'm sorry, on Drink Champs.
Earthquake the
And then he
comedian?
stated, hmm?
Earthquake the
Well,
comedian?
Earthquake the comedian. And
Okay.
he talks about similar situations he went through with his person, and how, for me, people wanted me to talk. People wanted me to say my story. Several people approached me about doing interviews, and I said no, because where I come from and the stuff that I've been through, if I went on here and bashed her and called her names and said she was this and that, I would feel like a sucker.
Right.
I would feel like a sucker. I'm a man at the end of the day. I have a daughter that's 19, right, who's in college. And so for me, I would have felt like a sucker to be bashing her and trying to sling mud. That's not my style, and I just felt, for me, it was nothing to say. It was just about moving on with my life.
Right.
Okay, guys, what did you think? Well, let's get into it. So basically, Raymond is stating that her behavior changed. I have two parts to this particular interview, but this one really just spoke to their relationship. He said that, when he first met her, the energy was like on point. And then he said all of a sudden it just changed. He said the behavior changed. Her behavior changed, like her energy, everything changed. So they pretty much sat down, to have a conversation. And I guess he stated that, he realized at that moment that I guess he had been cheated on. Like, I guess she had been allegedly cheating on him. He states that he has never cheated on her or stepped out of his marriage. And this is despite accusations, because that is not what she said. Um, he also alluded to his circle, or their circle basically knows what happened. And it's interesting because they were introduced um, by Candy. You so I'm not going to get into that, but anyway, they met, introduced by Candy. So Raymond is still good friends with Candy and Todd, and he still is invited to a lot of their events. But guess who we don't see there? Okay, you guys get it. Um, so basically, he stated that he's an understanding person, and basically he just pretty much accommodated her wishes. She didn't, she did not want to be in the marriage anymore. Um, he also stated that there was no bad blood between them until she called the police on him. Yeah, so she called the police on him and then took him to court because apparently she wanted money in a car or cars that he had. And somehow she thought that she could get a portion of this man's money, although he had all of this before he came, and they wasn't even married for what, a year and a half? Not very long. Baby girl, if that's the case, you know a judge gonna see right through that. You can't be with nobody 2 years and divorce them and think you finna get this large settlement. That's not, yeah. Nobody is that stupid. Um, so he just basically said that, he could tell by her actions that she no longer wanted to be in the marriage. So he pretty much let her go. Um, he said after the court hearing, when the judge basically told her, that everything he had established, he had it prior to meeting her. So therefore, she was not going to get anything, no money, no cars, and none of the other things that she was looking to get. He said, and that's when the other narrative would started to be painted about him, in which she called him a narcissist, a cheater, and a liar. He just basically states at the end of the day, he just never wanted to bash her, and that's not his character, which I don't feel like he bashed her. The interview was actually about mental health. So it is a guy on I can't even get it out, Instagram. His Eric. So Sierra's husband, I think they're still married. He does like a thing on mental health every week. So he was pretty much on there. So let me know what y'all think. Do you guys follow Raymond and Deelishis? Do you guys, know about what, went on between them? Do you believe what he's saying, or do you believe what she's saying? I don't know with Deelishis. I can never take a woman that's almost 50 serious, and if all she does is, take pictures at her booty. So I think, she seems like a fun girl, but I can't take anybody that's dang near 50 that is so caught up with their booty. Like, I cannot take them serious. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.